So there's one last component that we need to add to the app. At the bottom of the page, I want to add a submit button that allows the user to submit the answer choice that they selected. I want it to look like this. As you can see, there's a submit button at the bottom there. So we want the submit button to be below all the buttons, which means that we want it to be below the linear layout. So if you scroll down, this line that says linear layout at the end is where the linear layout ends. Over here is where we will create our button. So first, we can copy the code for one of the buttons that we have already declared and paste it over here. So I'll copy the code for this last button like this and paste it over here. Now let's change the ID for this button because it's a different button. Let's make the ID over here submit button. Then let's change the text inside the button to say submit because this is a submit button. Now you can see that our button is at the top of the page over here, but we want it to be at the bottom of the page. So how can we tell the computer to make the button be at the bottom of the linear layout? Well, inside the code of the button, we just have to type Android:layout_below is equal to @ID choices_layout. This line of code makes the button be below the linear layout. And remember that the linear layout has the ID choices_layout. And that is why it says choices_layout in the quotation marks over here. Great. Now it's below the linear layout. But if we go back to our design here, we can see that there's more space between the answer buttons and the submit button. But in our current screen, the submit button is sticking close to the answer buttons. If we want to add space at the top of the button, then that means that we want to add a margin at the top of the button. So in this code, type in Android:layout_margin top is equal to 40 SP. Great. Now you can see that the button moved down. One last thing that I want to do with this button is to change its background color. So to do that, I can just go to this line over here that says Android background tint and go inside the quotation marks and change its color to, let's say, teal. Great. Now the design of the app is ready, and this is what the app looks like. That's all for this project. I hope you got some insight into how you can design apps with XML in Android Studio. In the next project, we will write the Java code for this app to make it work. I have linked the other project where I show you how to write the Java code for the app in the description below.